Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sally Choi, and today I'd like to share a growing concern and impacts we see today due to the global warming. Each year, scientists learn more about the consequences of global warming, and each year we also gain new evidence of its devastating impact on people and the planet. As the heat waves, droughts, and floods associated with the climate change become more frequent and more intense, communities suffer and death tolls rise. If we are unable to reduce emissions, scientists believe that the climate change could lead to the deaths of more than 250,000 people around the globe every year and force 100 million people into poverty by 2030, which is very near future. I'm going to share my screen to share my presentation. What is driving the climate change that's making an impact and some of the effects that we are seeing around the world and the responses that we can all do together on our daily lives. So what is global warming? Global warming occurs when carbon dioxide and other air pollutants collect in the atmosphere and absorb sunlight and solar radiation that have bounced off the Earth's surface. Normally, this radiation will escape into space, but these pollutants, which can last for years to centuries, in the atmosphere trap the heat and cause the planet to get hotter, and this impact is called the greenhouse effect. Now, let's look at some of the effects of global warming. First, it's the disappearing glaciers. Early snowmelt and severe droughts will cause more dramatic water shortages and continue to increase the risk of wildfires in the American West. In both the Arctic and Antarctica, sea ice is disappearing at record levels. This is also causing rising the sea levels, which will lead to even more coastal flooding in the eastern seaboard, especially in Florida and in other areas such as the Gulf of Mexico. Forests, farms, and cities will also face troublesome new pests, heat waves, heavy downpours, and increased flooding. All of this can damage or destroy agriculture and fisheries. Just last week, there has been a severe flood in Europe and China. At least 100 people have died in Germany and 22 deaths have been reported in Belgium. CNN reported that the death toll from floods have ravaged central China last month now stands at 302 and more than 50 still missing reported by local authorities, said this Monday. In United States, scientists conclude that the lengthy drought in California, the state's worst water shortage in 1,200 years, in 2015 had been intensified by 15 to 20% by global warming. We also saw unprecedented 22 weather and climate disasters that caused at least $1 billion worth of damage in 2020. So how can we stop global warming? The goal is simple. Carbon dioxide is the climate's worst enemy. It's released when oil, coal, and other fossil fuels are burned for energy. The energy we use to power our homes, cars, and smartphones. By using less of it, we can curb our own contribution to climate change while also saving money. Few easy examples are when you shop for new appliances like refrigerators, washers, and dryers, look for products with the government's Energy Star label. They meet a higher standard for energy efficiency than the minimum federal requirements. When you buy a car, look for the ones with the highest gas mileage with the lowest emissions. You can also reduce your emissions by taking public transportation or carpooling when possible. And while new federal and state standards are a step in the right direction, much more needs to be done. Voice your support. over climate friendly and climate change. Just the key takeaways. Global warming is here and impacting our lives on daily basis. We as an individual can participate and help starting from our home, daily behaviors with the simple each changes as some of the things that I just mentioned. We should be all in this together to save our beautiful planet Earth. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll open up for questions and comments. Yes.